Good morning, all of you. Okay, only by good morning, Vaibhav. Good morning, Pururva. Good morning, Ashutosh. Turn on your videos. Ajinkya.
Morning, ma'am.
Yeah, I can see some new people. Leeladhar Dangar. Rameshwar, good morning. Turn on your video.
Good morning.
Yes. Okay, Vaibhav. Make sure that you're responding through audio and chat. Good morning, Kuntal. Good morning, Vedant. Piyush, one who has written his name in a very fancy way. Shivtej. Okay, good. Rishikesh sir, hostship, please. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another English class. Hope you all are doing good. Ashutosh, where's your video? Yes, good. All right. Okay, remaining Ajinkya, Manshu, Shivam, Pururva, everyone's video is broken or everybody has network connection problem. I don't understand, but if you have, kindly turn it on. That would be well and good. Rishikesh Tupe, I think your video is fine. So kindly turn it on. Okay, yes. And others, if you have any video problem, you can always respond to through chat whenever I ask you a question. And also you can turn on your audio and respond. Okay, fine. So let's get into our class. And those who are new today, welcome to the class. Yes, and kindly follow the class rules. Keep your mics on mute. Keep your mics on mute. Yeah, thank you, Piyush. And yeah, respond only if it's necessary. Piyush, are you new here? Are you coming for the first time? Piyush, has he gone? Right. Okay, so these days, what were we learning? We were learning about prepositions and its different uses, applications, and the rules associated with prepositions, right? That is what we've been learning for the past few days. And every day I'm telling the same things over and over again because I see new participants. That's why I have to tell it every day. Okay, this is according to your NDA test application level, because this is how you get the questions in your NDA, especially the Spotify errors part. You need to spot an error in the given sentence. And in order to Spotify an error, you need to know the rules. Without knowing the rules, you will not be able to Spotify the errors. Just a second, I got a message from the sir. Okay. All right. Is there a wiper in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I think I have talked to you before. Wiper Busare, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So respond me whenever I call you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So today also we will continue with the remaining part of the topics. Wiper, have you missed any of these days class? Were you there in the class for all these days in this week? Monday,
No, ma'am.
Tuesday.
No, ma'am. Sometime I was there, and some 2 or 3 days I was not there. I was absent for the class.
Okay. So Monday, Tuesday, were you there?
No, ma'am. In this week, I was not there in the class.
Then that's the problem, Wiper. If you were not there in the past 2 days, and if you suddenly come today and try to get it all in one shot, it will not happen. Okay. Yeah, I'll brief you about, and if I keep on explaining the things over and over again, just imagine the ones who are regularly attending the class, we are wasting their time. So both is not good. All right. So I think the recording of the last 2 days, I think sir has all the recordings. Sir is recording anyways this class. So you might,
Excuse me,
yes.
myself, Vaibhav. I had the recorded video I had seen, madam, on the YouTube
Okay, for both the days.
of your class.
Okay, very good. Then you will be having an idea what we are learning these days, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then it's good. So whenever you miss a class, to everyone, whenever you miss a class, especially in your class, all the recordings are with Rishikesh sir, and he is uploading it to the YouTube channel, and you can always watch it. So the next day when you come, it would be better for you. Okay, so please follow that. All right, let's get back to the class. So these days we are learning about the prepositions and its usages and how we can, practice more about prepositions and its questions, and especially when it comes to spotifying the errors, how we can identify the errors related to preposition. So we have seen prepositions of in its various application, on its various application, at, and especially yesterday we have seen under, over, above, below. इसमें इतना फर्क क्या है? That is what we have seen with various examples. So today again we will go to little more details about preposition and its application. Over to screen sharing. Please be there. Don't go anywhere and listen to the class. Okay, this is rule number one. Those who are continuously taking down the notes, they'll be knowing it. Just put today's date and you can start from rule number 11. Because the past 2 days we have seen 10 rules. All right, rule number 11. Same preposition usage. Now, what is it? Preposition should not be shared with two words unless it is appropriate. Okay? मतलब क्या है? If you are using a preposition in a sentence and it is not necessary that you have to use the same preposition throughout the sentence, or it is not necessary that you have to just keep one preposition and share it among the other meanings as well. No, whenever necessary, you have to use the necessary prepositions, not just that same preposition for all the meaning. Just look at the example. The first example, as you can see, I have put an into at the end of the sentence because that is a wrong example. Okay, it is different and inferior to others. Okay, the preposition used here is to, and the conjunction used here is and. So it is different and inferior to others. क्या हो गया है? Just we have used one prepositions, that is to, and we are combiningly using that to for both different and inferior. वो गलत है. Because whenever you want to use the word different, in most of the case, different will be succeeded by the preposition from. हमेशा याद करो. He is different from his brother. She is different from the other girls. That country is different from. So different के बाद हमेशा हम which preposition, most of the scenarios, what will we use? Different from. And similarly for the word inferior. So the words like inferior, superior, junior, senior, these and all can be followed by the preposition to. Okay. So both these words are there in the sentence. Different भी है, inferior भी है, and both those words are preposition specific words. मतलब क्या है? Different के साथ हमेशा from होना है, inferior जैसे words के साथ हमेशा to होना है. All right. So we cannot club it with any one of the prepositions like just to. Inferior के लिए to काफी है, बराबर है. लेकिन what about different? If you're not using any special preposition for different, thinking that to chalega dono ke liye. No, that is wrong. That is what it says in the rule. You cannot share the same preposition with two words unless it's appropriate. Sometimes that will do. Sometimes, some context, if it doesn't affect the meaning and structure of the sentence, it's well and good. But all the time, you need to make sure that you are using prepositions appropriately and generously whenever needed. ये देखो, its corrected form is, it is different from and inferior to others. So different के लिए from use किया and inferior के लिए to use किया. Okay, so never share preposition inappropriately. Okay, that is one thing that you need to keep in mind as a rule. Moving on to the next rule, since, from, and for. Yeah, it is very, very, very important. The usage of since, or the things that you need to keep in mind while you are using the preposition since, the things you need to keep in mind while you are using the preposition from, the things you need to keep in mind while you are using the preposition for. Because three of these, since, from, for, are connected in some way or the other. Because three of these represent situations which are interconnected with the time or duration or something like that. So some people will get it confused. I've seen people using since in a wrong way. It should not happen. So let's see what it is. Yeah, the first point I have given is both are used. In that both, it includes since and from. Okay. So instead of both, when you write, you can write since and from, because three things mentioned there. So both use karte hai, to you will confuse ho jayega. What are that both? So since and from are used to denote some point of time. So basically iska use kya ke liye hai? Point of time. एक specific time or time duration बताने के लिए हम क्या use करेंगे? The since and from is used. Now, since will be used only with perfect tense. Feed it in your brain. क्या है वो? Since which tense के साथ use करेंगे? Perfect tense. Now we have learned about tenses. So let me check how many of you remember what is perfect tense. The moment you hear perfect tense, what should come to your mind, Vaibhav? Perfect tense बोलते हैं तो अचानक आपके मन में क्या आना है बेटा? परफेक्ट. I'm not asking about any definition, but perfect आने के समय क्या आना है मन में? What are the three words? Three what? Perfect के साथ. Vaibhav, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you remember beta which are the three things or the three something है perfect के साथ
V3,
हमेशा?
madam.
V3. Okay. But not exactly that. There are some things that I teach you, some tips जैसे. When we learn perfect also I have taught you. Ramesha, could you answer beta? Ramesha, are you there in the class? Rameshwar? No response. Rishikesh?
Ma'am, has, have, had plus
Ah,
V3.
yes, very good. Has, have, had plus V3. So, इसके लिए मैंने एक टिप वर्ड दिया. Perfect बोलते तो क्या H? 3H. You remember that word? Perfect
Yes, ma'am.
stands for 3H. Yes. So the moment you, if even if you don't remember so many things regarding perfect, at least perfect tense में क्या क्या मन में आना है? Perfect stands for 3H. And 3H के साथ हमेशा which tense is used? As Vaibhav said, V3. That is correct. I'm not saying that Vaibhav said anything wrong. So V3 has to be used. So V3 के पहले which word होना है? H word होना है according to the sense. Singular present है तो has, plural present है तो have, and past hai to had. So three H words are connected with perfect tenses along with the V3 of the verb. Okay, so why am I bringing all this perfect tense here? Because since word किधर भी आप देखते हैं तो वो since word के साथ which tense होना है? Perfect tense होना है, मतलब V3 होना है. Okay, so that is one thing with since. Now, from का rule क्या है? Whereas from is used with any other tenses except perfect tense. Okay, so from का speciality क्या है? From के साथ हम कभी भी perfect tense नहीं use करते. मतलब if you see a word or a sentence with preposition from, and if you see a perfect tense is used along with that from, that is wrong. That is an error. You can mark it out. Okay, so why are we learning all these rules? We are learning it according to this perspective that ये error जैसे आते हैं तो कैसा clarify करना है, कैसा identify करना है. That is why we are learning it like this. Okay, so what are the possible errors that you can get with since from? Since के साथ हमेशा perfect tense use करना है, and from के साथ कभी भी perfect tense नहीं use करना है. Perfect tense के अलावा बाकी कुछ ही tense है तो भी चलेगा. And since के साथ exact, there is one more point here. I'm just it is there, let me see. It is there for 4. I'll come to that point. So before that, let me see the exact. To and till is used with from, and from के one more speciality है. From के साथ हम to or till will be used. Let's look at the example for more clarification. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. Okay, so since has come. Since के साथ perfect tense होना है बोला हमने. देखो क्या tense है? I के बाद haven't eaten. H word plus V3. So that is correct. So I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. Now, one more rule. Since के बाद हम time period कैसे mention करेंगे? Exact point time period हम mention करेंगे. Duration नहीं बतातेंगे. Now, what do you mean by duration and what do you mean by time? Time or duration क्या है? I'll tell
Ma'am,
you an
may I?
example. Okay बेटा बोलो.
Ma'am, duration मतलब duration means particular in between these hours, or time means in that particular time, or in particular that half day, full day.
हाँ, time means एक point है. Mention बोलने के लिए एक identification point है, लेकिन duration means से तक, से तक. That is duration. कितने बजे से कितने बजे तक और कितने दिन से कितने दिन तक. और कितने साल से कितने साल तक. So that time period is known as duration. Time is known as time. Okay. So since के बाद एक particular time होना है, लेकिन for के बाद duration होना है. Okay. So for example, it has started raining since Monday. Okay, Monday is 2 days before. So Monday से rain starts और शुरू हुआ since Monday. It has been raining for the last 48 hours. समझ में आया? Since बोलते हैं तो since Monday. Okay? लेकिन for बोलने के समय मैंने क्या बोला? For the last 48 hours. So 48 hours since Monday, 2 days है, 48 hours. So for we will use the duration. Total कितना है वो duration बता देंगे और since के साथ exact time और that point mention करेंगे. Okay. Now, one more thing. For should not be replaced with since or from. Okay, since or from for के साथ हम replace नहीं करेंगे. One more example I have given here. I have been practicing it for 10 days. Okay. In this question, the error question that you can get it, I have been practicing it since 10th day. We will not say. Okay. 10 days is a duration. Duration के साथ हमेशा for होना है, not since. Okay, so these are the things that you need to keep in mind related to since, from, and for. Now, phrases of time. Whenever you say time, which are the different prepositions that you need to use? Already we have learned, already we have learned in time the usage of at the beginning, in time, on time, in good time. Remember, in the last few classes, we have said it. Do you remember? Okay, morning, evening के साथ हमेशा dash preposition होना है. Which preposition?
In.
Morning. Very good. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Okay, so some things we have already learned. Again, time ke associated, which all preposition and rules are there. That is what we are going to see in this 13th rule. Dawn, daybreak, midnight, midday, and noon are preceded by the preposition at. Now, what do you mean by preceded? Uske pehle. That is the meaning of preceded. Succeeded is the opposite of preceded. Succeeded, baad. Okay, iske baad bolte hai to succeeded. Iske pehle bolte hai to preceded. Okay, now DAW and dawn is early sunrise time is known as dawn. Okay, early morning sunrise time is known as dawn. DON dawn nahi hai, DAW and dawn. Okay, daybreak is sometimes similar to that of dawn. Midnight, 12 o'clock. Midday, okay, noon. So morning, evening, afternoon is always preceded by in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. लेकिन बाकी सब dawn, daybreak, midnight, midday, noon, these should always be preceded by which preposition? At. इससे feed करके by heart करना ही करना पड़ेगा. At किसके साथ use करेंगे? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things related to time. Dawn, daybreak, midnight, midday, noon के साथ हम हमेशा at use करेंगे. Whereas last day we have learned morning, evening, afternoon के साथ हम in use करेंगे. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. At dawn, at daybreak, at midnight, at noon, at midday. So this is how we use preposition at and in differently. Morning, afternoon, and evening are preceded by in. Already we have learned that. I have just, for the comparison, I have just put that it again here. When these time phrases are qualified by last or next, they are not preceded by any prepositions. Very, very important. Dhyan se suno. What is it? There is one exception in this rule. What is it? अगर ये time phrases मतलब नाइट, डे, ब्रेक, डॉन, आफ्टरनून, ऐसे टाइम फ्रेजेस के साथ लास्ट और नेक्स्ट ये दोनों वर्ड्स है तो हम कोई प्रपोजिशंस नहीं यूज करेंगे. So when will you when will you have to use no prepositions with this night, morning, day, evening? Whenever you use the word last or next, you should not use any prepositions. Look at the example. I will see you at night. Okay, so night is something that can be used with the preposition at. Lekin, I met her last night. The moment night is being accompanied by the word last, देखो कुछ preposition है क्या वो sentence में? I met her at last night. No, it's wrong. I met her in last night. No. So whenever the word last, similarly, next, I met her the next day. Okay, so whenever you use the word next or last, prepositions nahi use karna hai. Otherwise, you can use preposition at for something, in for something. Okay, so please keep this in mind and take down all these points neatly. Put today's date and take it down fast.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm Shikesh Dubey. Ma'am, can you explain the 13th paras of time at or in? Third point once again, please.
Huh. But it is phrases of time. Huh? I think you have read it. Phrases of time. Paras, nahi, phrases of time. Okay, third point you want me to explain. When these time phrases are qualified by last or next, they are not preceded by any preposition. मतलब अभी हमने टाइम फ्रेजेस ऑफ टाइम के साथ विच प्रपोजिशन यूज करना है इसका रूल्स देख रहे है ना बेटा. सो ये प्रपोजिशंस ऑफ टाइम मेनली वी आर यूजिंग एट एंड इन. उधर तक समझ में आया? एट कब कब यूज करना है, इन कब यूज करना है, वो समझ में
Yes,
आया
ma'am.
है बेटा ऋषिकेश? यस. ऑलराइट, नाउ थर्ड पॉइंट जैसे एक्सेप्शनल रूल हम बता रहे, सम डिफरेंट रूल. व्हाट इज दैट डिफरेंट रूल? ये एट और इन हम नहीं यूज करेंगे दो सिचुएशन में. ओके, नॉर्मली क्या है, एट और इन से हम पूरा टाइम फ्रेजेस का प्रपोजिशंस कवर करेंगे. एट के लिए डॉन, ब्रेक, मिडडे, मिडनाइट, नून, ये सब. नाइट के लिए हम एट यूज करेंगे. मॉर्निंग, आफ्टरनून एंड इवनिंग के साथ इन यूज करेंगे. ऐसे टाइम फ्रेजेस आर यूज्ड with these at and in preposition most of the time. लेकिन there are situations we will never use at and in. At and in हम नहीं use करना है. कब? अगर वो time phrases में last और next ये दोनों words अगर वो time phrases के साथ है तो prepositions नहीं use करना है. मतलब in और at ऐसे वर्ड्स हम नहीं यूज करना है. कब? टाइम फ्रेजेस के साथ लास्ट और नेक्स्ट है तो. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड ऋषिकेश?
Yes, ma'am.
नाउ प्लीज टेक इट डाउन.
Ma'am, can you please overview 12th point?
I didn't understand. What do you need to do with 12 point?
Oh, please overview that. I was disconnected.
12 point, you want me to hello?
Explain it again, ma'am, in short.
Okay, 12 point, since, from and for. since कब यूज करते हैं, from कब यूज करते हैं. since के साथ अगर always we need perfect tense from since. okay, since के साथ हमेशा perfect tense होना है. whereas in from, when we use from, we should never use perfect tense. We can use any other tense but not perfect tense. That is the greatest difference between since and from. whenever you see perfect tense के साथ since use करना ही पड़ेगा. since is associated with perfect tense. whereas from के साथ कभी भी perfect tense नहीं आता है, बाकी tenses कुछ भी है तो भी चलेगा. That is one point. The another point is since के बाद हम specific time period mention करेंगे, time mention करेंगे, लेकिन from के साथ हम time period mention करेंगे. For example, since के बाद yesterday, today, last month, 6 months, ऐसे particular time mention करेंगे, लेकिन from के साथ from the last 5 days, from 48 hours, from 2 days, ऐसे duration from 6 hours, ऐसे duration, and especially for के लिए भी हम ऐसे duration के साथ बताएंगे. Okay, so since from and for has similar kind of usage. Since is particularly with time, reference, and perfect tense. And for cannot be replaced with since and from.
Ma'am, where to use for?
Yes, we have to use for. At particular situations, for, since, from, these three are for representing time periods better. Sorry. Just coming, just a second, it is. Yeah. Please keep your mics on mute. Let me know once you finish writing. Just a second. For your easy understanding for that since and for and from, I want you to take a small chart. Okay, then that will make you easier. I have just, this will help you get a little more clear idea about since, from, and for. Okay, just refer this chart. Everybody will easily understand. So I'm going to share this chart again because since, from के साथ you can add on this chart as well. Okay, quickly take down this chart. It's just a photo that I have drawn. Since, from के साथ AB app. Simply, just for your easy understanding. इतना ही है since, from, for. Since and from is used for point of time. Period of time के लिए for use करते हैं. Since के लिए perfect tense चाहिए. From के लिए no perfect tense चाहिए. उधर भी for के लिए भी no specific tense. ये tense ही होना है ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So हमेशा याद करो point of time के लिए since and from is used. In that since is always since need perfect tense. From को perfect tense बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए. Period of time duration बताने के लिए for use करते no specific tense. Just keep it or take it short on the side of your notebook. It will help you clear your doubts and give you a better understanding. Take it down fast, okay? Ashutosh, have you finished taking down this chart?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Rameshwar?
Yes, ma'am.
Rishikesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you finished taking that slide? The one we were discussing?
No, ma'am.
Can you all see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Please take it fast, okay? Phrases of time that you need to take it fast. Nobody has finished writing yet?
Ma'am, I have finished this to say.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next rule, rule number 14. Just the difference of between and among. What are the differences that you need to notice when using the word or the preposition between and the preposition among? Between is used while referring to two persons, things. it is used with and. Okay, among is used for more than two. Matlab, when you want to use between, it has to be specifically between two people or two things. दोनों चीज के बीच में कुछ कंपैरिजन कुछ बताने के लिए हम क्या यूज करेंगे between. What is the point there? It has to be exactly with two people. Okay, hamesha you will get this question. Distinguish between plant cell and animal cell. Differences between this thing and that. Show the differences between. So between is between two people or two objects or two things. Two is very specific when you have to mention between. Whereas among is if you want to make a comparison or a distribution or need to say something among a group of people, that is when the word among is used. Okay, look at the example. Who is stronger between Raj and Rohit? Raj and Rohit ke बीच में कौन है strong? Now, the example with among. Distribute the sweets among the students. दोनों का मीनिंग बीच में है, लेकिन बिटवीन बीच में बोलने हैं तो दो जन के बीच में. अमंग है तो बहुत जन के बीच में. Understood the difference? The sweets has to be distributed to a group of people. It has to be definitely more than two. That is why we are using among. So when you want to say something more than two, you can use among. And if it's exactly about two, it has to be between. Moving on to the next one. Beside and besides. Beside means by the side of. Besides means in addition to. Very, very important. I have seen people making this mistake all the time. Beside and besides, only one letter में ही difference है, लेकिन बहुत meaning बहुत अलग है. Meaning में बहुत फर्क है. Beside means by the side of. I was sitting beside him. उसके पास. That पास meaning है. A bird was sitting beside the river or by the river. Okay, so beside is always pass, near to me. That is the meaning of beside. लेकिन besides, beside के बाद एक s भी डालते हैं, it will become besides. Besides का meaning इसके अलावा. That is the meaning of besides. Besides means in addition to. Okay, इसके साथ और इसके अलावा. That is the meaning of besides. Just look at the example. I was sitting beside him. इसके पास मैं बैठा था. Besides eating, he is also watching TV. TV देखने के अलावा वो खाना भी खा रहा था. Okay, besides eating, so in addition to, additionally he is doing something else. That is when we use the word besides. Okay, so beside, past, besides, in addition to. Next one, within and in. What is the difference? Within means before the end of time, and it represents, and in represents at the end of time. Okay, when you want to say before the end of time, something before the end of time, you will use within. And if you want to say something at the end of time, you will use in. Look at the example. He will return in 5 minutes. He will return within 5 minutes. Okay, he will return in 5 minutes मतलब वो 5 minutes के पहले नहीं आ सकते. Okay, he will return in 5 minutes means 5 minutes के अंदर नहीं है, वो 5 minutes of पूरा 5 minutes use करेंगे वापस आने के लिए. Okay, if somebody says, ma'am, I need a break, I will be back in 10 minutes मतलब मेरे को वो पूरा 10 minutes चाहिए वो काम करके बाहर वापस आने के लिए. वो पूरा 10 minutes चाहिए. लेकिन if I say I'll be back in I will be back within 5 minutes मतलब I can be back in the first minute, I can be back in the second minute, I can be back in the third minute. Matlab, I don't need that exact 5 minutes. I can be back in second minute or third minute any time, but I will not go up to 5 minutes. समझ में आया? लेकिन in 5 minutes बोलते हैं तो I need that पूरा 5 minutes. 5 minutes के बाद ही हम आने वाला है. Within means we need little short span. We are just giving that 5 minutes extent We can be back at any minute. 1, 2, 3 के अंदर. Across and through. Again, two similar words. How can it be used? Across shows to the other side, and through shows into, move through, go through something. Walk across the road and pass through the tunnel. Okay, while reading the sentence itself, in example itself, you will understand. Across means both side pe. Okay, road. Okay, across means the other side, the opposite. That is the meaning of walk across the road means udhar jao. Okay, that is the. Again, through, moving into something or moving through something. इसके अंदर, किस से अंदर आप movement करते हैं तो that is known as through. Walk across the road and pass through the tunnel. Tunnel आपको जानता है, big cylindrical thing. So उसके some things के अंदर आप walk करते हैं तो उसके बोलते हैं through. अंदर से आप जा सकते हैं तो अंदर से pass करते हैं तो that is called through. And across means the other side. Okay, kindly take it down fast. Just a second. Huh? Yes, right. Is Vaibhav not in the class? Vaibhav? Take it down fast. Finished writing? Have you finished writing, everyone?
No, ma'am.
Rameshwar, how many lines are remaining? Rameshwar? Rameshwar left. Rishikesh,
Yes, ma'am.
where are you writing? Till where have you reached?
Some last example, walk across the road.
Okay, Ari Ramesh Patil. Ari Patil,
Yes, ma'am.
are you writing beta?
Yes.
किधर तक हो गया अभी? Hmm? Those who have the option to take the screenshot, they can take it. If it's so many things are remaining.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So that you can complete, but please make sure that you are writing it all in your notebook, especially the people whom I'm going to meet in the academy the coming days. As I always say, make sure that your notebook is complete. I'm going to check it out. And tomorrow when you come, based on all these rules, you will have to write a small exam. Nothing to worry. Just go through all the rules. You will make it right. You will do an exercise of Spotify the errors. Okay? Done?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Bye,
ma'am.
everyone.
Done,
See
ma'am.
you tomorrow. Go through all these exercises and we will write a small test. Okay? Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.